Are there other items that you feel that you're saying that would fit the role of the CDO that are not getting enough information or not being focused on? Like, where do you see, the kind of areas that CDOs should be sort of spend more time on that they're not currently?
Yeah, and I would say it's not that it's not a focus area. I don't know if if it's getting the attention that it needs. So one of the biggest challenges, once you get over clear roles and responsibilities, measurable goals, alignment across the business on priorities, and once you kind of figure out what you need to really do, and everyone's supportive, the number one issue that most CDOs face is talent. And it sort of goes back to how we started the conversation on, what is the profile of a data professional in today's digital world. It is not only a technologist, it's not only someone that understands the data, it's not only someone that understands the business. And so I do believe, and this is just one of my own personal passions, is having a curriculum for data professionals is absolutely important. And as a CDO, I feel it's one of those strategic roles and responsibilities to develop a curriculum for your organization that can develop a path for someone who's a data analyst that can go to, a data engineer or even a data scientist, and ultimately to an executive. We haven't seen that sort of consistent journey or path in organizations, because I don't think people think about data as a strategic career position, if you will, right? And so I think now with the importance and the recognition, I do believe we need to develop that curriculum and give our staff that opportunity to grow and mentor into this sort of multidisciplinary set of skills that are required. So I think it's an area that most CDOs recognize the importance on. I just don't know if we're doing enough.
I could certainly agree that, I'm a visual type of person, and having a path, a career path. I think the closest initially would be something that Dimbach offers in the kind of core aspects, but I don't think that goes enough, detailed enough into taking a role, whether they're in any role in any organization, whether you're a governance compliance officer, business analyst, data architect, or a mid-level director of enterprise architecture, and pathing that out and building a path to here's how you get to your next career growth. That's a very interesting topic. I can tell you that none of our CDOs currently we've interviewed have sort of identified the fact that there is no known path that one can follow. And there's no agreement on that standard. Now, maybe there is no agreement on that standard for a reason, but it's definitely something that issue alone on developing talent, everyone understands that they need to develop talent. Yes. Everyone will agree, yes, we need to develop talent within an organization. But if you ask them how we're going to do it, totally different response. That's right. So why not? You definitely like that. I think that would be, an idea for a full follow one of your hour-long sessions, just on developing talent and maybe putting a panel together. But just on the last remaining minute or so, again, you see a lot of this. You see a lot of this in talking to CDOs. Looking forward, what trends are you seeing that a CDO should keep their eye on?
Yeah, so as I sort of think of, kind of the digital world that we live in, there are three major trends that I would highlight. One is cloud, two is cyber, three is artificial intelligence. Those three trends alone can help organizations, absolutely move the needle as it relates to, business growth or cost reduction. But when you bring them together and you sort of put the exponential power of what data can truly do, you sort of get this 10x effect. And I think as a chief data officer, all organizations at this point in time have some effort around those three capabilities or initiatives. I believe it's the CDO's responsibility to help bring them together and truly enable them with better data. And so those are the three trends that I would absolutely highlight for a CDO, not only to be aware of, but to really leverage and use to drive greater growth for the organization.
So if people wanted more information on these trends and wanted to talk to you, they can just reach out to you at Deloitte. Do you want to just give your email address so that way people can go ahead and
Sure,
communicate?
absolutely. Absolutely. It's jtello, Tello, at Deloitte.com.
Well, Juan, it's amazing. 15, 17 minutes goes by really fast. I'd like to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. I'm sure our audience will appreciate when they listen to it. We certainly hope that some of the key topics you've mentioned on the talent and the cloud, we get a chance to come back and talk about them in the future. And so we'd like to thank you, Juan, for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Robert, for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. And for our listeners, please visit the CDO Tech, cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.